Hey, how's it going, YouTube? I'm back with another video, and today I'm talking about why the Denver Nuggets could potentially be the next super team. And now, before I do get in this video, I'm going to prep this video by saying how I start off every single one of these type of videos. I've been doing this series for a couple years now. It's called the Next Super Team series. I make the video on the every team's best assets and pretty much what their best traits are and how they could potentially be good the next season. So I'm not saying that for sure Denver Nuggets are going to be a super team or very good or anything like that. I'm just giving the best strengths to the team. But in my opinion, Denver Nuggets do have a potential chance to be a sleeper finals contender this year. Now, do I think they will make the finals? No, but I do think they are in contention this year. So yeah, but without further ado, without rambling on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so my first reason for this video is going to be that they have a potential unstoppable young core going into the future. As yes, let's get the obvious three out of the way. With Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, and Nikola Jokic, they already have one of the brightest big three in the entire league. As, I mean, all of them have shown star potential. Nikola Jokic has shown superstar potential, especially last year, coming off of an MVP-type season, averaging 20 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, and 7.3 assists per game, who is probably the best passing big man in the league, and that really makes up for his lack of athleticism, as he's very big, so he grabs rebounds, he can shoot the ball, he can stretch it out, and he's just so good in the paint and so smooth with it, he's able to get passes as well, and with his passing skills among his scoring and rebounding, he has become one of the best big men in the entire league. And then you have Jamal Murray, who's quickly becoming one of the better point guards as well, and then you Gary Harris to complement him at the shooting guard position. Now, yes, Gary Harris had not as good year as he used to have, but let's see, he had a few minor injuries. Plus, I mean, with the more usage of Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic finally having his best season, well, of course, somebody's points and averages were going to have to go down. But even despite that, both of them averaged over 15 points per game, and Jamal Murray actually averaged 18 points per game. So, I mean, they're both still very good scorers and very, very good players, and will probably be a backcourt to go into the future. But now for the two players that people are talking about but are kind of sleeping on. So yes, they have those three great young guys, but two young guys that they drafted back-to-back years now have tons and tons of potential and could potentially be steals of both of their drafts. And those two guys are Michael Porter Jr. and Bol Bol. Both would have been high lottery picks if it wasn't due to injury. Michael Porter Jr. hurt his back, and Bol Bol, I'm pretty sure, hurt his foot. And, I mean, before Bol Bol actually hurt his foot, he was averaging tons and tons of points and having a very good college season, and same for Michael Porter Jr. So, with all that being said, with how good they are and how good they were in high school and how good they were in college before they did ultimately get injured and fall in the draft, that's how the Denver Nuggets were able to steal them. Well, now they can really show their potential, as, I mean, Bol Bol, in my opinion, will be the steal of this draft. I love him. He's very tall. He's very athletic for his size. He has a little bit of muscle and meat on his body for being 7 foot tall, and he's just a very, very good athlete. Very athletic, can shoot the ball from deep. He's just a very good athlete. Then Michael Porter Jr. was debatably the best player in that class if it wasn't due to his injury, and he was debatably a #1 overall pick if he didn't get injured in college, and probably would have been if he stayed another year in college instead of declaring for the draft anyway. But yeah, I think both of them, when they're fully healthy, they now could have a starting five of Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, Michael Porter Jr., Bol Bol, or Nikola Jokic and Bol Bol. Bol Bol would have to come off the bench most likely, because I doubt you could have a front court of Nikola Jokic and Bol Bol, but if you could figure out a way to work that, that could potentially be their starting five. But even a starting four with Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, Nikola Jokic, and Michael Porter Jr. and Bol Bol off your bench could be very, very deadly. And if they all develop how they should, they could potentially be the scariest team in the NBA in the very, very near future. But now my second reason for this video is going to be that they have tons and tons of depth on their team, as besides a grading starting lineup that consists of a superstar Nikola Jokic, two all-star level players in Gary Harris and Jamal Murray, two great role players in Paul Millsap and Barden, but they also have a bench that consists of Monte Morris, Malik Beasley, Torrey Craig, Jeremy Grant, Mason Plumlee, Vanderbilt, Bol Bol, Michael Porter Jr., and Han Hermanami, however you say his last name, Gomez. And that is a very good team, as Gomez even played a little bit when he was with the Knicks. Michael Porter Jr. and Bol Bol, two potential high lottery picks before their injury. Vanderbilt has showed tons of potential and he's very young. Mason Plumlee, he's pretty good and very athletic, and he's just a nice bench player to have. Grant was good with the Thunder. Craig showed a lot of improvement over last year, and same with Beasley and Monte Morris. So with how good their starting lineup is, and then how good their bench is, they're going to be able to have a great rotation rotation for their starters to give them rest and help them be more ready for the end of the season and be less tired when the fourth quarter of games does come around, just because of how much they can rotate in and out of players. So I think that depth is going to help them a ton, and they probably have the best bench, if not the best, one of the best benches in the entire league this year, and I'm very excited to see how this extremely young team will develop. Because outside of really Paul Millsap, Barton, and Mason Plumlee, this team is extremely young, as Morris, Craig, Beasley, Grant, even Plumlee's kind of there, Bull, MPJ, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, all of them are extremely young, and if they can stick around and keep the core around, and they develop and learn how to play with each other to a very high level, they could potentially be a super team in the future. Now, most teams I do make these videos on is how they could be a future super team, like the Suns. Obviously, they're not going to be a super team, but they do have a little bit of strengths to their team despite being a dysfunctional team. But the Denver Nuggets legitimately have a case, maybe not next year or then the year after that, but 3 or 4 years down the line, if they can keep this core and they all develop and they stay healthy, they could potentially be a super team in the making right now. But unfortunately, guys, in this video, so comment below. Do you agree? Do you think the Denver Nuggets could potentially be the next super team? What do you think they're going to do in the playoffs? Do you think they will make the playoffs? How far do you think they're going to make it in the playoffs? How are your thoughts in the comment section below? And I hope you have a blessed day. Have a blessed day. So you need to have a blessed day. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Boo. Blah.